Good morning. Good morning. It is Vlogmas day 6. Can you believe that it's almost been an entire week since Vlogmas started? I can't. I have been really enjoying myself. And today I'm going to be sharing with you how I set my New Year's resolutions. And if you watch to the end, I have a special. Yesterday I shared a special giveaway, and so you want to watch to the end so that you can participate in my giveaway. It's going to be juicy, y'all. So you definitely want to stay till the end. But for right now, I'm going to be sharing with you how I set my New Year's resolutions. And quite honestly, I don't really do resolutions. I'm a goal person. I like to set goals. And so I begin the process of preparing for the new year. I usually start Thanksgiving weekend, and I start by setting a theme for the year. What is it that I really want, an overarching theme that I want my year to look like? And my theme for 2019 is positioned to prosper. You're welcome to take that as your theme if that's something that you want, but that's my theme for 2019. And then I sit down and I basically do a fast forward look at my life and think, where do I want to be at the end of the year? So by December 31st, what do I want my life to look like? And so I take the time to sit and visualize and really, with great detail, see myself where I want to be at the end of the year. And then once I have a clear picture of where it is that I'm going, then I start working backwards. So then I set goals. So for example, since my theme is positioned to prosper, I would obviously, one of those goals would be a financial goal. So I might say that I want to be completely debt free by December 31st. Okay, so if that's my goal, then I would take a look at what my current debt is and how much I need to pay each month in order for me to be able to hit that goal by the end of the year. What I do is I then set smaller goals, or what are called milestones, along the way. And each one of these, they have a deadline. So my goal was to be debt free by December 31st, 2019. So then I would have milestone goals along the way. I would have bill number 1 that will be paid off, say, by February 28th. Bill number 2, I'll take the money from bill number 1 and add it to bill number 2, and bill number 2 will be paid off by March 31st or whatever. And so I'll work my way backwards in setting milestones or mini goals or micro goals along the way, so that I'm not waiting till December 31st to have some wins, to be able to evaluate where I am. And then I actually take the time to create an action plan. Okay, so each one of those micro goals then has tiny action steps or small tasks that I need to do. So for example, I created the plan for paying off all my debt by the end of the year. And I had bill 1 was going to be paid by a certain date, bill 2 by a certain date, and so on and so forth. Well, I have to know what there's going to be small tasks that are associated with each one of those, right? That means that I actually have to send a payment in. Maybe I set that up on an auto pay so I don't have to worry about remembering that. Maybe I create a spreadsheet. Maybe one of my goals is so maybe I don't know right now how much debt I have. So one of my micro tasks is going to be to figure out how much exactly do I owe. And so you sit and brainstorm every single individual task associated with that specific goal, and then line them up into a specific order that makes sense, and then put deadlines to each one of them, and then take it and mark it in your calendar where you review it on a consistent basis. One of the things, you can't hit your goals if it's not written down. In fact, you're 75% more likely to hit your goal if you write it down than you are if you just kind of say it in your head. Then also you want to tell someone what your goal is. Now be careful here. You want to make sure that it's going to be someone who's going to support you and encourage you and hold you accountable, not someone who's going to rain on your parade. So you want to be careful with who it is that you set as your accountability partner with your goals. Now one caveat here, when it comes to setting a goal, I have to address this, because a goal is not, I'm going to lose weight. That is not a goal. That is a wish. A goal has to be very specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be something that is actually attainable. It has to be relevant or rewarding, something that you actually want, not something someone else wants for you. And it also has to be time bound. So that's a SMART goal. So when you're setting your goals, make sure that specific, measurable, achievable, relevant or rewarding, and time bound. It has a deadline, a date when you know that it's going to be completed by. But I like to, and many of you may be familiar with SMART goals, but I like to take it a step further and do SMARTer goals and add an ER on the end, which means that you evaluate. The E is for evaluate and R is for review. So you need to also, once you've created your, set your goals, set your milestones, and created your action plan by brainstorming all your micro tasks and setting dates for them to be accomplished, set time on a regular basis to evaluate your process. I personally like to do this on a weekly basis. So at the end of each week, I like to look back over the week and say, okay, what went well, what didn't go so well as, am I on target to hit my goal? Because we all know life happens, and the best laid plans, things are going to come up along the way. Maybe you have an unexpected emergency expense that throws you off, sticking with that financial goal. Maybe you have an unexpected expense that comes that kind of throws you off target a little bit. That's okay. You just need to know that and then come up with a way to work around that. So evaluate your process and review where you are in relation to where you're trying to go, and make adjustments along the way. Make that R can also be readjust. So you evaluate and then review and readjust. So maybe you have to stretch your goal out just a little bit longer. That's okay. Still keep working towards the goal. Don't give up. You can do it. I have accomplished many, many goals in this way. Now, one thing that I also like to do when it comes to setting resolutions or goals is to break them down into 90-day goals. So I like to do sprints. They're also called there's the 12-week year. So I like to do sprints. And so I take those milestones that I identified for each goal, and then I set that as a sprint. And so I work really, really hard for 90 days towards that milestone goal, as opposed to having to wait till I get to the end of the year to see whether or not I'm on track or whether or not I accomplish my goal. So that might be something that you do, because I have a tendency to get bored and get off track. Get bored, get off track, and next thing you know, it's like October and I haven't done anything on my goal, towards my goals. So by breaking them down into 90-day or quarterly goals or 12-week goals, then you have an opportunity to get those short-term wins where you can, because you get excited because you're like, yeah, I hit that goal. Or, yeah, I was able to get over that hump. What can I do now? And also make sure that you build in some sort of reward, something to celebrate, something that you're working towards, that when you hit that goal, you're going to do, so that you have that reward to keep you motivated and keep you going. So make sure that you're using SMART goals. So let's go back over that really quickly. I set a theme for the year. Then I set my goals for the year. Now, don't just set one goal. Set goals for every single aspect of your life. Now, you're going to work really hard towards the three most important. But what's going to happen as a result of you working towards those three most important ones, the other ones will naturally start to, you'll start to naturally work on those as well, because they're all interconnected. All right. Then you're going to set your milestone goals for each one of your each area of your life that you want, you have a goal for. And then you break them, brainstorm every single task that you can think of that's associated with that goal, and then set or order them according to what needs to be done first, and then set a date for you to actually get it done. And then mark that in your calendar so that you know and review. You got it. Now, if you put it in your calendar, you got to review your calendar to see what it is that you need to do each week. Now, one of the things that I do personally is I do what I call a weekly plan. So on Sunday evenings, I sit down and look at what do I have to accomplish for the week? What obligations do I have? Do I have any specific meetings or events that I need to attend? And then I block out, I use time blocking where I set chunks of time aside to work on a specific thing dedicated to my goal. So that way I know when that time frame comes up, that hour that I have or that 30-minute block that I have, I know exactly what I'm going to be working on in that 30-minute block. So I don't waste time going, now all of a sudden I have a pocket of time and I'm like, oh, what am I going to, I have time to work on my goal. Well, what am I going to do? You don't want to waste your time trying to figure out what to do. If you plot it out in advance, then you're already ready to go and you can be so much more productive. Something else that I do is make sure that I do at least one thing every single day that's going to move me in the direction of my goal. Because let's face it, some days you're just not going to feel like it. You just aren't. And that's okay. But don't stop. Keep the momentum going. Do at least one small thing that's going to keep propelling you forward. Okay? And then make sure you're reviewing, evaluating your process, and readjusting as necessary. Now, I actually doing a goal setting workshop Saturday evening from 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time called the Goal Getter live virtual workshop, where I will be walking you through the exact process that I use to set my goals. I'll be walking you through that process. And by the end of the 2-hour workshop, you will already have your plan for 2019. So there's still some seats available. You can register for that at TrasettaAlexander.com/GG-workshop. You can also get tickets on eventbrite.com. Just search for Goal Getter 2018. Grab your seats there. Now, I want to get to the good part before I go for the day. So I promised you yesterday that today I was going to announce a giveaway. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull up my notes because I don't want to miss any of the rules for our giveaway. So give me 1 second here. I'll tell you what I'm giving away before I get into the rules. But the Lord has been dealing with me about giving extravagantly for the last, since Sunday. And so I've been asking him, how is it that he wants me to give? What does that look like for me? And one of the things that he charged me to do is to do this giveaway where I am giving away 3 90-minute strategy sessions with me. These are one-on-one. This is a $523 value. I'm giving away 3 of them. So I know that's exciting. This is one-on-one coaching strategy where you get individualized attention to be get on track for your 2019 so that you can take off running in the new year. All right, so here's the rules. This is how you enter. So in order to enter this is just to get your name into the pot. You have to go to Kingdom Purpose Pursuers Facebook group and join. That's one of my Facebook groups. So join the Kingdom Purpose Pursuers group if you're not already a member. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to do an introduction post to the group with the following information. You're going to introduce yourself and say who you are, what your purpose is. If you're not sure what your purpose is, go ahead and say that. That's fine. But introduce who you are, what your purpose is, and one goal that you have for 2019. And it must follow the SMART goal format that I mentioned to you. So it's got to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant or rewarding, and time bound. So it's got to have a deadline. All right. So that is in order to get your name into the pot for one of these 3 free strategy sessions, you got to join the Kingdom Purpose Pursuers group and do the introduction post with who you are, what your purpose is, and one SMART goal for 2019. Now, once you've done that, if you want bonus entries, if you want your name in the pot more than just that one time, you can do any or all of these activities. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel for an additional entry. Comment a takeaway on one of my Vlogmas videos, but make sure that if you do that, make sure you include the hashtag giveaway so that I can easily search to see that you commented, so that I can make sure I get you in. I don't want to miss anybody. So this will make it easy for me to search for those people who have gotten additional entries. You can also share one of my Vlogmas videos. And again, make sure that you use the hashtag giveaway, but also tag me in the post so that I can easily see it. And then the last way that you can add additional entries is to tag a friend in the comments of one of my Vlogmas videos and include that same hashtag giveaway. Now, when it comes to sharing, commenting, and tagging friends, you can do that as many times as you want to get your name in the pot multiple times. So you can get additional, your name in the pot additional times by doing that as many times as you want. Okay, and then I am going to announce the winner on Christmas Day live from Orlando. My daughter is going to assist me with this. I'm going to put you'll watch me pour the bowl with all the names, little pieces of paper with the names into my stocking, and she is going to do the honors of drawing names for me live on Christmas Day. Probably won't be till the afternoon, so you can have an opportunity to hang out with your family and open presents and do all that good jazz. But the winners, I will go back and send you private messages so that you are able to, if you missed the live, know that you were selected as a winner. So those are the rules for my giveaway. Happy Vlogmas, and I will see you again tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 7. Make today great. And I'm going to leave you with my personal motto today. Always live on purpose, pursue your passion, and unleash your power. I will see you all tomorrow.